What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting model review for y'all. Today we're going to be taking a look at the USA Doubles DC-8 in 1:400 scale here by AeroClassics. I hope all of you are excited for today's video. Got this model for $7 from a Black Friday sale from Jet Collector, so why not go ahead and pick it up, as this is a very cool aircraft and certainly too good of an opportunity to pass up here. So with all that being said, let's not waste any further time and go ahead and get started with the box. So this is one of their older designs. They've always kept the kind of the same format, but have really had plenty of variation of it, to say the least. So you got AeroClassics here at the place where the aircraft would sit here with the plastic Doubles DC-8. Here's the aircraft itself. It's a 1:400, of course. Not suitable for anybody under 14 years old. Now, of course, you got some DC-8 specifications on this box. Pretty cool, talking about the rudder tab and the tail itself, fuselage, all those pieces. So it's cool that they're getting into all that on this box. I think it was pretty cool for the time, and there's a really good view of all the different specifications that you can see here on a Doubles DC-8. So yeah, overall looking really sharp. I think it's a 21. I don't have it here on the box. I think it's a 21 though. So yeah, definitely glad to add it here to the collection today, and overall looking really sharp. So let's go ahead and bring the model back and go ahead and dive into it. So once again, $7, so why not? They had a couple of different variants of it. This one, I think they had one maybe by Gemini as well. So yeah, it's definitely already made its rounds. It's been out there for a while, so of course trying to ship it off a little bit, but for $7, I mean, come on now. It supports a good cause, and once again, it's a very nice aircraft. So yeah, I don't know what the ONA is. That might be the actual airline name, I'm not sure, but anyway, it's the USA livery Doubles DC-821. So of course, celebrating 200 years of USA from 1776 to 1976 with this particular aircraft. Not sure if they were a full service carrier or what they were. This was right before deregulation, so who knows exactly what purpose it filled, but obviously most of the airlines were on to other aircraft by this point, you know, like the 737. I think we were just about to get started with 757s and some of those other types of planes. So yeah, that's probably where, you know, most of the manufacturers were, and then obviously DC-9 was in full force at this point. So yeah, DC-8s weren't quite as common, so presumably a secondhand aircraft, not exactly sure. But with all that being said, we won't waste any further time and go ahead and really get into what this model is all about. So let me go ahead and zoom in here, trying to work with a slightly different setup today. Was planning to film airport updates today, but got back a little bit late, so needed to improvise and record a different type of video instead. So that's why we're doing the reviews today. And as a result, the setup's a little goofy, but that is not a huge deal. Okay, let's not waste any further time and go ahead and get into the details, everybody. So you got the cockpit windows up here, nose cone. AeroClassics, of course, as we know, has always had fantastic molds. There's no exception with this Doubles DC-8, so really happy to see how great it is, and overall they did a wonderful job, so certainly very happy to see that. Got a couple of panel details down here as well. I think this model probably came out in like 2000, mid-2000s, so yeah, very good detail for that time frame. Got 4 stars up here on the front, then you got the L1 door here as well. Then you got some passenger windows to start us off. I don't know if they had a first class or any of that, but presumably they had some sort of premium seating, most likely. Once again, 1776 to 1976, so really cool to think about. 200 years, and then obviously we're almost at 250 as we speak, or right at 250, somewhere in there. So yeah, really exciting. I think 2026 is 250. That would make sense to my brain. So yeah, really exciting that we're making so much progress here as a nation. That's absolutely awesome. Got the USA titles back here as well, so definitely really sharp on that. They did a good job. It is kind of interesting to see the placement of it. I know it doesn't make too much of a difference in the grand scheme of it, but you know, it is interesting to think that they didn't put it right over the wing, but rather they put it slightly ahead. So not exactly sure if there was any real reason for that, besides the fact that this cutoff is kind of almost in the middle of the fuselage, so that could be the case. The DC-821 also looks a little bit shorter in the front than the back, so that could be the even cutoff point, and they just wanted to lean over to this side so that they could do the white text a little bit easier, because if they would do white text in the red, it would still look good, but it would be probably not as visible as what it is with this color. So anyway though, still looking very sharp. So there's that emergency exit. We obviously don't have an emergency exit slide for it for obvious reasons, but we do have these engines with the really good detail. So those original variant DC-8 engines are always very distinctive, kind of like a 737-200 kind of vibe as well. So yeah, definitely cool to see that. You also got the really big piece here on the wing as well, so that's definitely really sharp, but all that looks very nice. They definitely did a good job putting it all together, and it certainly all looks very, very nice. So very happy to see that. Here's the rest of the fuselage back here. It looks very nice. So you can see that big X there with the stars. I don't know if the livery has 50 total stars. That's kind of my guess. I'm not exactly sure, but we have 8 here in the front, and then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 24 16, or sorry, 24 and 8 would be 30. So let's see how many we have here on the tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would get us to 40. So I don't think we quite make it to 50. So it could just be the amount of stars that they decided upon. Again, I don't really know if there was any real, distinguishing for that, but regardless of the case, still looks pretty cool. So yeah, very easy to see those passenger windows here in the back. Presumably more economy, so still looking very nice right there. Regardless, got the L2 door right here, and then the registration, which is November 1976 Papa. So definitely cool to see all of what goes into that. And then of course you got the tail, so you got the ONA, which is probably the airline name. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but yeah, we'll just call them ONA for the sake of this video. And then of course you get the 5 stars like I mentioned, and again, I can't find any more stars, although there could be some somewhere. I don't know. I don't see any additional ones. So yeah, 40 is kind of an interesting number. Not exactly sure why it was 40, but that was the number that they have here. And again, it could just be aesthetic purposes. So yeah, still looking nice. The slanted US flag, by the way. You got the horizontal stabilized APU, all those details. So all of it looks very nice, and they definitely did a good job here on the mold. Just taking a look at the right side of the aircraft here, some of the major differences on the DC-8 includes obviously the door being way back here, so that's definitely cool to see. And you have the 2 baggage doors, which was definitely a very neat concept for the time. I think that they figured out pretty quickly that they didn't need 2 of them, but during the time it could have been different, so I'm not exactly sure how all that functions, but obviously now consolidated down to just the 1 door per side of the aircraft. And of course you have your really nice emergency exits here, no pads here as well, but obviously during this time frame it would have been a little much to have those, so very nice to see that, and overall looking very nice. So certainly really cool to get to see that all right there. Very nice. At the wing detail here as well, overall looking really sharp, so yeah, very happy to see that. And again, those engines looking very nice here in the lighting as well. Let's get a little bit of a look at what fan blades may kind of exist. You can see a little bit of that. So yeah, looking very nice, and overall looking really sharp, so certainly great to see that. You got 2 baggage doors on the back right as well, so very happy to see that. And yeah, they had plenty of them, there's no doubt about it on this particular aircraft, so that's cool to see. And you got the ONA once again looking very sharp. Let's take a look at the top of the aircraft here. I'm gonna have to move this table once we get to our next review, because obviously, as you can tell, we're running out of light a little bit. So top's looking very nice. You can see all the livery detail there and looking really cool there with the wings and the metallic and gray combination, so looking sharp. Bottom of the aircraft's looking nice. You also have the stand tool as well. And yeah, these gears actually seem better than some of the Airbus ones. As you can tell, they roll quite fluidly. So I'm a big fan of that, and hopefully they never fall off. They feel really nice, so I don't think they will. So that's a huge plus on this particular mold. And I think the A330s are a little bit better about it too. I don't have any of those, but yeah, the Airbus ones, hopefully they can lock it up a little bit. But it seems like the recent ones have been a little better, but it's been a couple months admittingly since I've gotten AeroClassics, so who knows. But anyway, this is a really cool aircraft, definitely worth the money. I would recommend it if you can find it for under $20. I mean, just a nice one to kind of have to reflect on, and for $7, and I was already making an order anyway, it was just a no-brainer. I mean, 7 $1 bills, so literally this is cost less than what lunch does. So it was $7.20 to be particular, but yeah, certainly very glad to add it here to the collection. And overall, I'm really glad to get the food treat here today. So let me know what you all think of it in the comment section below. And if you have an aircraft like this, I would love to hear it. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video. But thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.